Yeah, it's your boy K-Blao Hood X, the man, the myth, the legend. Back with another blog post for you. I just wanted to tell a quick story. I hope y'all can't hear that chainsaw in the background, but I'm gonna try to make this quick. I want to tell a story because I just saw Jamie Foxx is back in the public eye because he was down for a while, having what some people believe was to be a stroke. He never actually came out and said exactly what it was, but he was down for a while, and they were trying to keep him out of the media. Nobody knew exactly what it was. There was a lot of rumors going on. He had a stroke. Some people say he was paralyzed. Some people say he was even dead. Some people believe he was cloned. And mind you, he just had a movie that just came out called They Cloned Tyrone, which only helped further push this conspiracy theory that he was cloned. But I want to say that the video I saw him put out today, talking about how he was doing better and he was making faces and being his normal self. I just want to say that from when I met Jamie Foxx in Miami, Florida, one time. It was maybe 2007, 2008, and I'm from Chicago. All right, that's the first thing you gotta understand. And that people from Chicago are hustlers. That's what we do. So at the time I was in Miami, the reason we were down there was because we were at a music conference. It was a Miami music conference. And I believe this is maybe 07, maybe 08. And we were down there selling CDs. And I know we live in a time now where, if you're a millennial, you're probably like, what the hell is a CD? Or the thought of selling CDs on the street probably sounds crazy to you. But at the time, we were making a killing. It's really how I bought my house. So we were in Florida, and we were down there selling, what we could, because Florida's a different environment than Chicago, and that people were not trying to hear a bunch of gangster rap music from Chicago while they're having to stay in Florida. Most people in Florida are trying to have a good time, hang out on the beach. They're not thinking about trapping, selling dope in the freezing cold or the streets of Chicago. So needless to say, my CD was not doing so good in Florida and was not that well received. But, it was what it was. I was having a pretty rough day, trying to make some money, wasn't really making much money. And I'm out there literally all day sweating. And up pulls this yellow, I think it was a McLaren. It's like a Ferrari, Lamborghini, looked like a spaceship. The yellow car pulls up. And I'm like, okay, this guy has to have some money. This guy has to help me out. So I'm walking up, but this guy gets out the car. He has this really expensive suit on. I'm walking up on him, his brother. And I reach out and I hand my CD to him. I say, hey, what's up, fam? You wanna check out my CD? And I look up. I wasn't even looking at his face when I handed it to him. At this point, it was so routine. All the faces started looking the same. But when I looked up at this guy, I looked at his face and I was like, man, this guy looks familiar. And of course, it was Jamie Foxx. And he has this look on his face like, what is this? And I'm like, hey man, you wanna check out my CD? I'm an artist, I'm a DJ. I got several CDs. I had my, my mix that I put together, but I also had my own music as well. And I was like, hey man, you wanna check out some of my music? I'm an artist, I'm out here, in Florida at the music conference. Check me out. So he smiles, he said, yeah, hell yeah, fam, let me check it out. So he starts looking at it. He starts looking at the R&B CD. And I tell him, I say, hey, this is the R&B mix, but, I got my own music. It's a little more hardcore. I said, you like the soft R&B music, or you like the hardcore gangster rap? And he kind of looked at me. He gave me this look like, man, give me that hardcore rap. He kind of looked at me like, man, why would you even ask me something like that? Let me get the hardcore. So we both, he didn't say nothing, he just kind of looked at me. He gave me this look and we just both started laughing. It was hilarious. It was hilarious, man. It was something about the way he looked at me with his eyes that he knew that I knew. He was like, man, you know what I want. So what he did something amazing. He went in his pocket and I ain't gonna tell you how much money he gave me. He gave me a significant amount of money. He obviously overpaid me for the music. And he said, man, you know, keep doing what you do, don't give up, you know, and I love to support you, you know. And he bought every CD I had right there on the spot. He took them and he threw them in his car. And I'll never forget that for a lot of reasons, because one, I was struggling all day, and he probably was maybe the second or third person who bought anything for me that day, you know. And I was ecstatic. I was running around telling all my friends who came to Florida, man, you never believe who I just met, who just bought all my CDs, Jamie Foxx, man, Jamie Foxx. And I've been telling that story for years, and I haven't even thought of that in years until I saw the video today. When I saw him looking in the camera with those eyes, with those same eyes, and he had those tears in his eyes, and he just had his heart on his sleeve, and I was like, man, you know, I haven't even thought of that story in years. But you know, all these people saying that they cloned Jamie Foxx, and you know, all this silliness that they put on the internet. I just want to say, when I looked at his face today, it was the same face I saw in Miami, Florida. That man is one of the most down-to-earth, peaceful, funny, and charismatic men I ever met in my life. And he definitely wears his heart on his sleeve. And I saw that when I met him, and that surprised me more than anything. He really surprised me on how just down-to-earth and humble he was. Because you think things about people in Hollywood, they stars, they're gonna have a big head and all this. Like, he was not like that at all. He was the total opposite of what I expected. And when I saw that video today, I was like, man, you know what? This is really who he is. You know, and I can say that just from the personal experience I met him. You know, and I don't know him. I only met, that was maybe about a 30-second, not even 30. It was about a minute or two interaction. You know, obviously you can't know somebody from that short a period of time, but I just want to say, from my experience, from when I met him, the same person I saw in that video was the same person I met on the street back in 2007, 2008. You know, so yeah, that's my Jamie Foxx story. Jamie, if you are listening, I'm glad to see you doing better, and I hope you stay healthy, and you know, just stay strong, and keep that positive attitude. And we just love to see you happy, man. I'm glad you're doing better. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, you share the story, appreciate it. And I'll catch y'all on the next story. You dig.